Super Smash Bros. Ultimate seems to have everything that a Smash fan could want. We have both Omega and Battlefield forms, which is something that was asked for almost immediately after Smash 4's release. The game feels more fast-paced, they're making hundreds of quality of life changes, and of course, every character is returning. But here's one thing that I really hope comes to Smash Ultimate, and that is DLC costumes for every character. Smash 4 was Nintendo's first experiment with DLC for the Smash series, and they did alright. We got 7 characters, 10 stages, and a metric buttload of Mii Fighter costumes. And this is pretty good, but my biggest complaint is of course that the only costumes we got as DLC were for the Mii Fighters. A character that statistically just wasn't really played that much, and on top of that, couldn't even be used in nearly all of the game's online modes. So you couldn't even flex that you had the cool new costume because you could only use it on local matches. Now it has been stated officially by Nintendo that DLC for Smash Ultimate isn't even being thought about right now, and that is a pretty fair stance. The team has a huge task in front of them still, having to balance, polish, and in some cases completely revamp the entire history of Smash Bros. Characters. And it's clear that, based on the Mii Fighter costumes from Smash 4, DLC costumes seem to be just fine as far as Nintendo's standards go for DLC. Or rather, we can see that they aren't against the idea. So, I think it would make a ton of sense for DLC costumes to be released as a sort of between period for the game's release and the inevitable release of the first DLC character. Because, let's face it, it would be really upsetting if we didn't get to see a single DLC fighter. Smash 4 and now Smash Ultimate have included the most alternate costumes for characters of any Smash game to date. Bayonetta, of course, has her Bayonetta 1 and 2 appearances. Cloud has his Final Fantasy VII and Advent Children look. Corrin, Robin, Wii Fit, Villager all include both genders. Bowser Jr. and Olimar have literally different characters as their alternate costumes. Shulk has his lewd swimsuit skin, and I mean Little Mac has a full alternate costume set, 8 full costumes for Wireframe Mac. And we can see that this trend is continuing with Smash Ultimate. While Link's default costume is his Breath of the Wild tunic, he still has an alternating set that are based on his standard green tunic look. Not only does each Inkling come with their own set of gear for their costume, their hair and ink color also change based on what controller port the player is using. This has exceptions, but for the most part it stays true. Ike has both his Brawl and Smash 4 appearance. Mario has his Builder and Wedding outfit from Mario Odyssey. Pokemon Trainer has both Red and Leaf as playable choices. Ridley has a Meta Ridley costume. And every alternate style from Smash 4 is returning. So this kind of trend would be absolutely great for post-launch content, even if it's just a simple costume. We now live in a gaming world that, for better or worse, has fully accepted the microtransaction model, and as a result, offers a huge library of skins. Look at a game like Fortnite. You can play that game entirely free with the basic skin from now until the end of time, simply because of how successful their skin ecosystem is. Players are willing to pay for these skins because they look cool, or because it makes them more distinguished in game, or just because they simply like them. You can even look at games in the same genre as Smash, a fighting game. Street Fighter V is consistently coming out with new skins over 2 years after its release date. This type of DLC is kind of the sweet spot. You aren't really paying to win at all. You don't get any kind of busted move or broken character or anything like that. You're merely getting cosmetics, which let the player further customize their character. And let's face it, modders are already going to be making custom skins for free, Nintendo. We saw it with Brawl, we saw it with Smash 4, and it's inevitably going to happen to Smash Ultimate. People are just going to mod the game to add in cool costumes. So you may as well make some additional revenue by doing it yourself, rather than trying to stop the people who are going to do it for free. And Nintendo's characters have such a long and full history that you could easily come up with an alternate costume for almost every character. Look at Bowser. You could make a dry Bowser costume, or one for Dark Bowser, or even one for Meowser from Mario 3D World. And don't even get me started on shiny Pokemon. Now I know I come off as a Project M fanboy in a lot of my videos, but it's just because I love so much how they worked with costumes in that mod. Every character had an alternate costume that was based on an actual appearance that the character had in a past game. I mean, look at a costume like Mr. L or Shadow Queen. Those were both Paper Mario characters, so they didn't really even have a model, but they still, from scratch, made it work in the Brawl engine, and it looks amazing. And we can obviously see that they're doing this with other characters. Cloud has both his Final Fantasy VII and Advent Children appearance. Bayonetta has Bayonetta 1 and 2, which they really didn't need to add. They could have just had one of the appearances for both of these characters, given them recolors, and called it a day, but they decided to add a totally alternate costume for these characters. Why not apply that to other characters from Nintendo's long history of games? But they're definitely on the right track here, so I think this is something that they could take and apply to every character after the game's release. Like I said, I know that they have a lot of work ahead of them already, which is why I would be okay with them not releasing skins like these until after the game's release. I'd want a fully complete game experience before they start adding DLC. I don't want them to start thinking about DLC already with the game not even finished yet, but wait till the game's out and then start giving us fun characters, fun costumes, fun everything. And Nintendo, if you're watching, you could really get a lot of my money, because odds are I'm going to pay for every single one of these alternate costumes, if hypothetically they do actually happen. Which, by the way, is actually another good point. They were really fair with their pricing for the Mii Fighter costumes. They were like 75 cents each. Even if they bumped that up to a full $1 for full character costumes, that would still be a really fair price, and I would buy all of them. But I would of course love to know what you guys have to say about DLC full alternate costumes down in the comments. Do you think that I'm wasting my time, wasting my breath, kind of making a case for them? Do you think it's just not gonna happen at all? Or do you think that I kind of have a point here and it would make a lot of sense to have sort of an in-between period where characters get full costumes while we're waiting for the first DLC fighter? It makes a lot of sense in my mind, especially given how video games work right now and how skins are just kind of the go-to. So I'd love to know what you guys think about that. And of course, I'd also actually love to know what you guys think about what characters could get what costumes. I mentioned quite a few in this video, but of course there are so many characters in Smash that also have so many different appearances that the possibilities are just kind of endless if you think about it. So I'd love to know what character you know is going to be in Smash and what kind of alternate costume that character could also get in Smash. I plan on making a full video on my kind of hopes for alternate costumes and why I think this, but I'd love to know what you guys think, of course. Anything and everything down below. And of course, I would love to know if you just straight up don't think that DLC costumes are what Smash needs. For whatever reason, you don't think it would be good for Nintendo, you don't think that it really adds anything, you personally just don't want them. I'd love to know what you think, and of course the reasons behind what you think down in the comments below. And of course, this is also just, all on the topic of alternate costumes. We could, have a situation where alternate costumes are not the one thing that Smash needs, but instead something else that we don't even know is going to be in the game yet, or that we don't know isn't going to be in the game yet. So if there's some kind of mechanic you think that you'd like in the game, some kind of mode, anything like that, that isn't the one thing that we need, I would of course love to read about that down in the comments. I'm really enjoying reading comments on Smash Ultimate ideas, because the community just has such amazing ideas that I'm really enjoying looking at things that I had not considered before. But that is, of course, going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. The channel has been thriving. We are really, really close to 80,000 subscribers, and it doesn't have any signs of slowing down, so I am really, really appreciating all of the support that you guys have been giving the channel. in the last month or two since Smash Ultimate was revealed. But yeah, that is gonna do it. I love you guys. Peace out, and I hope you have an awesome day.